lot of wind in here, so it should be okay.
Okay. Well, Evelyn, I've always wanted to become a radio DJ. I've always had a passion for music. I am not an artist, though, nor do I know how to sing or play an instrument. So I thought going into music through that way would be the best thing, especially bringing out music that people don't know to other masses. I feel like radio nowadays is so small. Like, I just want other people to know more. So that's why I decided to interview Natalie Berkeley. She works for 94.1 KTFM. She does promotions for Jack FM, ESPN. She's a promotions director. And what I thought was so interesting about her was that she, interviewing her, said she started around 19, really, really young. She tried going to college. It wasn't for her. So she decided to go into radio through promotions. And so she advised me, or anyone that wants to go into radios, you don't have to have any experience. You learn a lot of things hands-on on the station. She said that pretty much as long as you have the drive and the will to learn, they're so willing to just come in and look at what they're doing and show you how to do things. And she loves what
she got her foot in the door through promotions.
Yeah, she did that for about 5 to 7 years, actually. It wasn't until later on that they recognized her work and commitment. She knows she doesn't just work for one radio station; she works for multiple ones. So she has a lot of knowledge. So they decided to give her her own slot, and she loves it. She's only 26 years old, so it's super impressive.
What time is she on the air?
I think at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
3 or 7. I asked her what attributes people need to do this. She said pretty much be outgoing, be a good listener, paying attention to detail, especially, being passionate, problem solving, open availability, having an open mind about music. She pretty much said that for the pay, it was kind of weird. She didn't want to exactly say how much it was starting, but for promotions, it'd be $10 an hour. If you're trying to be a radio DJ, it would depend on experience and what time slot you're in. So,
and also the station ratings.
Mm-hmm.
If you pull in the audience, they're going to pay you more.
Yeah, and that's what she was saying, that a lot of the people that are in the business not only stay with one station unless they're higher up, but they try to branch out and be an entrepreneur pretty much, do different things.
Did she talk about doing that voice work on the side? Did she get paid extra for that? I guess that was the other class. They were saying how the DJ makes so much money, but then all the side work they do to do voiceovers for ads or
she gets paid for all of that. Yeah.
Did she say how much? I'm just curious to know.
She didn't tell me.
Yeah. Everybody's kind of closed mouth. Anybody do voice work here? I'd be curious to know what the going rate is in San Antonio to voice a commercial or voice a corporate video. Huh?
I'm sure it depends on the job.
Yeah, it depends.
Your job is different.
Yeah.
I tried kind of pushing, see what she would say, but
I'm gonna ask Donnie. Yeah.
The only thing that kind of changed my mind a little bit about doing this is the fact that she said a lot of people that she works with did not do the whole school thing. She said pretty much it's, again, the passion and the drive, but also networking. Networking is everything. Talking to people, even interning, going around. It's especially here in San Antonio, people talk, and references is everything. Of course, a degree is going to help, especially if you want to do
manage the station.
Manage business for sure. A business degree would be better, but that was kind of alarming to me because this is what I wanted to get my degree on.
What about the thing that I would find more alarming is it sounds like you want to share. You love music and you want to share music, but I find that most radio stations these days, you don't have that creativity. they tell you what you're going to play.
Yeah, and that's something that I didn't know before taking this class, before doing this interview. I didn't know how restricted you are and liberty you have in like putting out what you want, especially like the FCC or even the station. So I'm thinking maybe doing like satellite, you have a lot more freedom, but
You can craft your own show. I mean, you can like almost like curate different music, I would think. Even Pandora, wouldn't that I mean...
Pandora's also really repetitive, too.
But I'm just saying, like, if you could, you know, somehow develop a national audience or a following with new music you found, and then voice it and tell those stories and stuff, I would think you could create, like, a following and then create, I don't know, like your own podcast or website?
Yeah, the podcast. Actually, she gave me, like, a trade publication, All Access. I actually did my project on it and just using that.
Because I think that would be valuable, because I think the reason why radio is kind of dying is that people are bored with it, you know, that there's no, I mean, used to be Wolfman Jack and kind of the old school DJs, you could hear it in their voice that they loved the music that they were presenting and introducing to people. You don't really hear that now, right?
Well, people turn to like Spotify now if they want to like find something different, because you know you're not going to hear it in the radio unless it's like super mainstream. Or I don't really ever hear anymore two DJs talking about a certain topic or saying something outlandish.
Like, I don't want to waste my time listening to that stupidity. You know?
Yeah, I originally grew up in Chicago, and over there the radio is a little different than here in San Antonio. What I thought was different over there is people would call in and like they would have different subjects and like make shows about it, and like you tune in just to hear like the topic of the day. And like here, there's like one or two stations that I hear that, but not really.
Yeah.
It doesn't like engage listeners as much. So if you can engage your listeners and have a following and go out there and promote yourself, then
I think you're going to be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
And I also think, you know, KSYM kind of spoils you, because you do get to play what you want, right? Pretty much, you know? And depending upon and also they're not locked into a particular style, so they can play the range of music.
Yeah, I asked her if she would do anything differently, would she? And she said no. She would do everything the same. She loves what she does, and the atmosphere in the station, everyone gets along, everyone jokes around, but they get work done. It's very enjoyable, but you have to make sacrifices. Like, this is your career, and like you have to do this all the time. There's shifts that start at like sometimes at 3 in the morning, 6 in the morning, you know, or even late at night. Like, you can't just, I'm going to call into work today. Like, you have to go in and you have to do your best. You have to do your research, find content to talk about, constantly be up to date. So
Sounds like it was a good interview.
Good.
Good
Thank you.
contact.